7.7 million livestock. With this million livestock, the research also tell us that more than 60% of us depend on livestock milk. The challenge here is because we are using it for consumption purpose. We want to make sure that we give the market to our milk. Instead of getting milk from Kenya and Uganda, our mothers want the really made local milk. You also want to get milk directly from Juba. And with Nile milk, you can get. We have lacto milk in the market. We have classics milk. We have soda milk. Why are we different from them? We are different because with us, we are selling with machine. You just press, it is friendly, and you don't need to travel long. With this, it is in quantity. With lacto milk or soda milk, you cannot get 3 liters. It is packed and it is broad like that. But with Nile milk, you can get as much as milk you want. Because it is in liters, you just press the machine and you get the liters you want. It is locally made. We can just get milk from our farm. We don't need to travel to get this milk. So we are different from lacto milk because this milk is just made here. You just need to go to the farm and get. It is cheaper and affordable. It's cheap and affordable because there's no dollar rate. There's no nothing that we shall tell our client we wear taxation or a lot of things. So it's locally made, so it's cheaper. How are we going to make money? We are going to make money. We will be selling you milk directly. We are with the classics milk, 60 milliliter is 6,000 in the market, but with lacto milk, a liter is just 5,000. So if you want 5 liters, you get 25. The more liters you want, the more you get. We shall also be getting money from our. We shall be getting money from the wholesalers, the direct purchase, the retailers, and also we shall be having our ATM machine that we shall be selling our milk from. So you can buy direct from us as well. Okay, what have we reached so far? So far, we've won the MTN award, and this is behind it are some of my colleagues that we won the award. We're having a pending sponsorship with MTN. We want to make sure we have another ATM machine that we can allocate to other areas. We also have MOU with some of the cattle camp for so far. We want to make sure that we can be getting milk on daily basis. Then we have made the legal registration already. This is how far we have reached. So we are in business. Okay, why do you want to make sure this is the best product for you? We want to make sure that instead of coming directly to us, we can use the Momo method. We can use the M-Groups. You just pay and send for us, then we deliver to you. We want to make sure that the more we have our client ordering from us, we increase on our production. We make sure that we can have another ATM in Budele, in Shirikat, and you don't need to come to Isora all the time. We also want to make sure that we expand our market. After Juba, we want to go to other parts of the country. We don't want only to work on Juba. We want to make sure we can reach to outside Juba in the other state to do the same milk business. What impact are we doing to the community? We understand that because milk is not safe, and with the ATM, you shall be selling safe milk. We are providing a solution to the SD goals of good health and well-being. Good health and well-being is making sure when you're buying safe milk, you're safe from getting other diseases. When zero hunger, with zero hunger, we are saying we want to make sure that if we have employed some people working for us, these very people are going to save their communities. When they are saving their communities, we are eradicating hunger. And when we are eradicating hunger, we are eradicating poverty. Okay, this is our house. We want to make sure if the investor is there, we want you to help us with $7,000 to $10,000. This money, basically, we want $3,000 to $5,000 for the transportation and dairy product bottling and production. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So let me go straight to the questions, Chris. So you talked about good milk, and then you talked about the issue of the vendors in the market having milk which might not be of good quality. So how the issue of quality assurance, I didn't hear you talking about it. How do you deal with that? And then the other question is, do you have the expertise to take care of the vending machines for the milk? I'm looking at your team right now, actually, and I don't know who would be in charge of that, making sure in case it breaks down or there is an error, someone pays money and then they don't get the milk. Who handles that?
Thank you. I will start with the last one. With the machine is connected to power. It's just like a free standing there when there's someone to operate. So in case you don't want to pay the money to where the machine is located, there's someone that will be there for you to pay the money to. And when it comes to where there is a problem, they are always technicians. We always make sure that if we have a problem, we make sure the money we are getting from, we can fix from. But I also made a research. I have some of my friends, this same business is happening in Kenya, and I'm in touch with the same people. So if anything happens, we connect and they come and pick. And if we are making more money, we want to buy as much as possible. Thank you.
Just to complement her question on quality, can you give us an explanation of how the milk is handled before it reaches the ATM machine? How is it processed? How is it handled? And then just tell me how many machines do you have so far? And how much do you sell? How much milk for us to know that it's a viable business?
All right. The safety, we have talked about the 4 MOU we have signed with the Ketocam. This MOU, we are doing the basics training. My colleague is a trainer in business and food security. With this, we make sure we give them the basic need. We tell them the containers or the bottle that you use for milking should be clean. You wash your hand, then you keep it safe. From there, when it is brought to us, the machine now stores the milk. So with this machine, it is connected to the power, meaning when it is connected to the power, any microbe that is there, the machine will keep it safe. We cannot guarantee the safety when the customer has taken it. But before the customer, we make sure it is quality. Then in the process of collecting, we are in touch with the Ketocam that we get the milk from. So we make sure that where we are getting the milk from, it is in quality, because you can just tell what a quality milk look like, because I also know it and other people also know it. So if we know from there it is not of good quality, we will leave and buy the one of good quality. Okay, machine, sorry. So far we have one, it's operating, but it depends. We want to make sure that we have as much as possible. 1 liter is at 5,000 SSP, 1 liter of milk. So if you want to buy more, we charge per liters. That's how we're charging.
All right, thank you so much, Chris. Well, you can go to. We are going for a tea break for only 10 minutes. So you can easily go this side or you can use this side. And also, if you want to wash your hands, you can go through this door and get somewhere where you can wash your hands. Thank you. 10 minutes, please. And another thing is you can get your tea and you can sit here as well so that we cope up with things so faster. And basically, this is a chance for you to know your neighbor
Don't forget to network and also exchange words.
Imitate all the videos or all the content they are seeing online. My 7-year-old sister, for example, used to spend her time watching TikTok videos and watching YouTube videos, singing and dancing after all this. But all this was not gaining her any skill for the future. Watching her interact with my 4-year-old sons, I grew deeply concerned about their future in digital world. According to a report by UNICEF, there is a wide skill gap for children in South Sudan that is leaving them not prepared for the future in digital worlds. This lack of digital skills is caused by lack of digital literacy in schools, limited access of children to outdoor computers, low parental awareness about the importance of early digital literacy. In 2022, African countries scored 1.8 and 5, global average of 6, which leaves South Sudan to be at the very lowest point when it comes to digital skill, especially the children. Our solution is Cogno Digital Learning App. That is a gamified app that is going to teach ICT internet use through gamified and interactive learning. For the children to learn digital mastery, they will able to be lifelong learners and also responsible global digital. So this is how Cogno works. This is our prototype, actually. We have developed it, and the user will log in. From there, if you click here, they will bring them to this page, and according to the age first, they will able to choose the content that are relevant to them. And from here, they will able to play. Because it is a gamified app, they will able to get all the content that they need, digital skills, learn ICT, and all this one at very high age, which is very rare to be found. So these are our unique value propositions. And mostly we are using gamified and interactive learning. And all these are all future ready skill that can able to let the children learn at very early age. So our target markets are children aged 5 to 14 in South Sudan, and we are having a bigger visions across East Africa and Africa in general. So these are our total markets according to UNICEF, and South Sudan is standing at this point, and this is the serviceable market that we can able to reach. So mostly we are going to use subscription models for our users. And by 2030, we are going to get up to 5,000 because we are dealing on a smart goal that we can able to achieve. And from there, we will able to scale across the countries, other countries. Easily, for us, we will able to access because all this need digital platform, and we don't need a lot of things to set up everything. So we can able easily be replicated. And for this, we have all this in hand so that we can able to grow. Globally, we have Khan Academy, and we have Duolingo, and we have Kenya Mshula, and Tanzanian kids. But generally, all this focus on general education. For us, we are focusing on digital literacy, which have not been in the market before. So these are our directions so far. We have participated in yearly, and also currently we are in Orange Corner, which is also giving us a strategic skill and also access to opportunities. Our social impact is to get quality education because digital skills are cross-cutting, and they can children need them for the growth in digital world. So these are for financial projections. Us, mostly we are to scale up and also to achieve all our goals. This is our team, myself, and then our co-founder who is joining us online, and then also we have operation officer and the rest. Before going, I will leave you with a quote. Digital literacy, as it was observed by many, is as important as literacy and numeracy. Currently, all kids need digital skill to succeed and be creative in digital-driven world. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Sure, it was good to just hear you are getting into the education. You know, South Sudan is leading so much with the illiteracy, over 70% among the adults. And so when you bring in this, I think it is impactful in the younger generation, as you stated. But the question is, why did you neglect the general education during the COVID-19? You know, everybody was looking at how to go digital. And now you only want to literacy, but the general education aspect you have reduced. Don't you think that area is like shooting two birds with one stone?
Okay, thank you very much. Can you take me to the slide of how it works? Okay, your question is very straightforward. And for me, why I choose this is that there are really gaps in digital skills. Currently, if you meet the students who are here or the students who are in University of Juba in particular, you will able to know that you will find out that most of the students reach up to that level without even operating, or they cannot able to operate a computer. So the reason why I choose digital literacy is that for us to access all things related to digital or even online things, we need to learn the skill, other foundational skill. And in many places, or even across the world, there have not been a dedicated app that is just teaching people how to learn or to use digital media. So this one was the concern of for myself, because most of the kids now, they just used to go and get, like they can just access any any app. Like they can access TikTok, they can access YouTube, and this app sometimes is not appropriate for them. That's why we are trying to come up with something that is going to be a safe app that is just teaching you to navigate digital media and also learn essential digital skills, especially ICT and also internet use. That's why I put something called internet use here. So internet use is that they are going to focus on how you can able to learn all this when you are connected to this. But we are not neglecting general education, but this is a gap. So we are trying to fill, because the digital literacy is something that is of urgent needs, regionally or at global level.
You explore an opportunity to go into general education with the partners? Would you go into general education using your app, that we can go into partnership, considering those who want to invest in general education?
Yeah, currently, as I said before, we have Duolingo and also the rest of the app. So for us, we are starting with digital literacy, but we have a bigger vision. We can even include other content later on if we able to achieve our first goals of digital literacy. If we able to put them there, then later on we'll able to replicate, or even we can even add all the content that can be general education and also for the rest of the essential skills that are needed by the children.
There are so many apps out there. That is not only apps, but schools are your competitors. So many entities. If you go on Google Play now, I would find hundreds of applications like this. Why would my child go and use yours? That is question one. The second question is, how do you intend to collect money from me as a customer for it to make sense for a business case for you?
Yeah, the first question is, according to our research, until now at the global level, there is no app that is dedicated to teaching digital skill or digital literacy. We have some apps, like we have an app called Grasshopper that is doing only coding, like teaching kids how to code. Okay, neglecting all the part of general ICT, or how can you able to do foundational ICT skill. So that's why we are able to, we will stand out, because all the dealing in general education, and for us, we just want to make this foundational skill accessible to children, because most of them, they will not be allowed to go, and maybe a 5 years old kid cannot go to computer center for him to learn, but we are able to give them all this at that health term. So the other question is, the subscription. Okay, this is a general, we will able to approach parents for them to subscribe for the kid, because this is really needed. Instead of the kid playing for games or going for TikTok, we are able to tell them all these skills are needed for children to thrive. Yeah, because I was giving one example in, there was a lady who was working in Masakat, South Africa. So she was, her kid was told to go and do something on Google Classroom. But now no one is telling, like, she cannot, she didn't even use Google Classroom before. So for this, it can be an easy app for her to able to navigate and also try to connect to digital media.
So maybe you show us the interface. I mean, go back to the page for the interface. Yes. So my issue is, you know, cyber security is a thing, information security, and so how safe is your app? You've not taken us through that. How safe is your app? Because I just see you just click start and then you go on. There is nothing like accessibility. How do you get involved?
Okay, this one is the prototype actually. It's not the fully it's not the fully developed app that we are having. But mostly we are also concerned about the security. And that's why we say that it's going to be a safe space for most of the children who are. Huh? So we will implement it through different restrictions that are available. The privacy, all the privacy information will not easily be accessible by other person, but we'll use other technologies that can prevent any breach to the information of the kids.
Well, thank you so much, Walter. And to our judges for the Q&A, it's only 3 minutes. And either you ask one question per judge or two people will be asking the question to the innovator. Now, the next innovator is Godfrey Maku, Insurees.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, all the protocols are observed. Good afternoon. My name is Godfrey Makununu, and I'm from Insurees, your e-insurance apps for resilience future. I remember a specific incident vividly. A mother working tirelessly in the village could not get her son a timely medical care while he was studying abroad. Why? The physical insurance card they depend on was delayed for renewal, leaving the young man vulnerable in the foreign country without access to the treatments he needed. And he died. That day, I realized the agencies for a better way to access the insurance. One that didn't depend on unreliable internet or physical cards. And that realizations came Insurees. Insurees is a comprehensive e-insurance apps that integrate online and offline, uses features like SMS, voice call, and AI. It connects users with affordable insurance, health service, and it's accessible from anywhere, rural or urban. We also include features like telemedicine, partnership with local insurance, partnership with local health providers for seamless care. Our market opportunity or the market size. Insurees is targeting young rurals. Insurees is targeting young urban rurals, farmers age 18 and above needed crop health insurance. Border riders age 25 and above seeking for vehicles and health insurance. Urban business owners age 30 and above needed comprehensive policy. Mothers age 25 years and above seek health insurance. Our competitors, our competitors, the local insurance, local traditional insurance depends on physical cards, branches, and internet access. Other digital platforms, they depend or they limit access to online service. Insure is builds a massive bridge online and offline. Unique features like HMIS, advanced car insurance, and educational programs. Our revenues. Premiums plans for flexible weekly, monthly payment option tailored to different different users. And our milestones or attractions recent participate in Nations Council for Higher Education exhibitions in Uganda. The financial projection, insurance is in year one. Thank you. Thank you.
My question is, I don't know if I picked it, but do you intend to work with a particular insurance company, or do you intend to set up your own insurance company?
Thank you. It's a good question. Insurance is a standalone insurance that's coming in the market. Yeah, the unique insurance.
If that's the case, if you launch yours today, what stops from already existing insurance companies that have a wide network of customers already from rolling out also their Insure app? What stops them from launching what you've already done?
The reasons why insurance is coming in the market, but I realize there is a limit access to insurance. All the insurance that outside there, they are all abroad. Insurance come to seems like targeting people in the rurals and urbans. So its uniqueness is because the other insurance, they are so abroad, they are leaving gaps in the rural areas and urban areas. So that gaps insurance is coming to cover. Thank you.
What are you asking for?
I'm asking for regular legals and compliance. That's marketing and operational costs, like a 20 grams. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Garay Maku. Well, I'm calling upon Grace Gasso, Midlink Innovator.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gasso Grace Pascal, and I'm a member of MedLink, and I'm the team lead. MedLink is a medical application that runs two ways. It's both for the user and for the pharmacy. The problem that we are trying to solve two problems with our innovative idea. We have the primary problem and the secondary problem. Our primary problem is patients moving from one place to another looking for a particular medication. So we are trying to solve that problem, and there is an increase. The secondary problem we are trying to solve is an increasing number of pharmacies within South Sudan that have no inventory management system. As we realize, there are thousands and very many pharmacies as we are passing by from one place to another, most especially along the Gudele Road. But most of these pharmacies don't have an inventory management system. So 70% of patients are reported to find difficulties when searching for medication, which is leading to delayed treatment and increased costs. So we came up with a solution, which is MedLink, which is a user-friendly platform, which is both mobile and web-based. It provides you with information about the medication. So we're going to look at how it works through the slides. Through my slides, I just took the pictures of the interface. So on the first slide, when you open the interface, this is how it looks. So you search for the medication that you want. Next slide, please. So I'm searching for tamoxifen. So I'll enter the name. So it will show me that this medicine is available on my platform. And these are all the pharmacies that have it. Then my location also shows. So now on the next slide, when I pick the pharmacy, as you can see, there is a blue line that shows that I've picked Java's Modern Pharmacy. So it will show me the location to that pharmacy. So our unique value proposition is convenience. It is easy to find medication without wasting time. So you don't have to move from one place to another looking for that particular medicine. Then fast access. Since you can just easily search for it, you won't have to move. It will be easy for you to get it. Then we are the first ever innovative idea in South Sudan that is solving this kind of problem. So there is no other platform that solves this problem. So our target market is the patients who are seeking prescriptions, those who are looking, mainly those with chronic illnesses or those who have urgent need. Then the primary are pharmacies looking to increase their customer base. Then NGOs and healthcare brands that are looking to work with, to improve medical access in the community. Yes. Our market opportunity is with a growing base of pharmacies. MedLink can centralize the the inventory data for the pharmacies, making it easy for them to reach a wider base of customers. Then the gap we're addressing is the lack of the inventory management. As I was doing market research, I went to a pharmacy in Moniki. I wanted to maybe implement their idea in mind that maybe if they have a management system, we can use it for live demos or for building our application so that we could show it live. But the lady at the pharmacy told me that they have no system that they use to enter their data. So it will be good for the pharmacies to have this kind of platform. So our go-to-market strategy, we plan to launch in Juba with 50 pharmacies, and we're targeting to move to the regional areas in the upcoming years. Then we expand our features to telemedicine, then partnerships with pharmacies, and also delivering So you can order from the platform and have the medication delivered to you. We won't have it in the first phase, but later on we shall implement it. Competitive advantage, we have convenience. It will be easy for you to move, to get your medication without having to go to different locations. Next slide, please. No. Then speedy accessibility. I think that is already explanatory. You want, since you're just going to one location, you search, instead of me moving maybe to International Pharmacy 1, 2, 3, I'll just go to 2 that has that medicine that I'm looking for specifically. Then we are the only application that is solving this problem in South Sudan currently. Then also we shall be addressing the challenges facing the medical field. Then our revenue model, we have subscription fees that we shall be getting from the pharmacies for enlisting their inventory, for visibility and for their customers. Then we have also in-app advancements, advertisements from the pharmaceutical pharmacies and NGOs and healthcare brands. Then our milestones. In phase 1, we have done assessing, planning, content, and technical development. Technical development, we have done only the prototype phase, which we have seen. Then in phase 2, we hope to do the testing, quality assurance, then launch and promotion. Then in phase 2, we plan to register 50 pharmacies and 200 users only.
Well, thank you, Grace. To the judges.
In Juba, in South Sudan, it has been reported that most of the drugs are being smuggled and they are fake. How you have come with a very good solution, but it's like this will remain a problem. What shall we do? Because your solution is close to that.
For the pharmacies that we shall be enlisting on our platform, we shall make sure that the drugs that they have licenses to first practice on what they are doing. So the medication that they will be buying will be from reputable organizations so that we can counterfeit that issue of selling drugs that are fake.
Could you maybe tell us a bit about your stakeholders so that we know which people you're collaborating with to enforce some of these things that you're mentioning? Thank you.
For the stakeholders, we have the local pharmacies, first of all, within Juba. Then we have the NGOs. There is Afrian, which deals with healthcare. We hope to partner with them. We have not yet signed any form of document, but we hope to partner with them because they deal with this kind of healthcare.
These pharmacy companies, they are going to charge based services for them to be on your app. One of your revenue streams is through subscription. Now you're going to list 50 companies there. And then when a person searches, 15 companies are going to have those drugs. What advantage do you give me for those people to come to my pharmacy? Because you're listing me there, yes, so that my products are known. But then if a person searches and then they find 15 pharmacies having that same product, what advantage do I get for that?
To answer that question, it will depend on the user. Because remember, I may be in Muniki, but not all the pharmacies I've enlisted are in Muniki. They may be in different locations. We shall not enlist only pharmacies within one location. So depending that it will be on the user's side. If I'm in Muniki and there are 3 pharmacies that have that same medication, one that is more convenient and closest to me will be the one that I will choose. Do I answer the question?
Just a comment about the the user interface of your system, it doesn't feel very user-friendly. So you try to work on it so that at least everybody can feel comfortable using it.
To complement what you're doing, it will be good to align with the Drug Enforcement Agency. There's a Ministry of Health. I think it's DFCU or something like that, because they deal with such similar things. I think there's a lot of collaboration that you can be able to find there.
What are you asking for?
I'm asking for a sum of 35,000 US dollars. 50% will go for the platform development and pharmacy recruitment, then digital marketing and user acquisition, 30%, then operational expenses, 20%.
Well, thank you so much, Grace. And up next, we do have Isaac Wako from Janub Organic Products.
Hi, everyone. My name is Isaac Wako from Janub Organic Products. Imagine one of us have not taken the tea that we have just gone for because he or she is not taking sugar. All of us are satisfied with the tea and the person is here among us and he wanted to attend. And that's exactly where Janub Organic Product comes in. Janub Organic Product is an organic honey supplier. We outsource our honey directly from the farmers. With the wax, we process it, we brand it, and we package it in different categories that will fit all our customers. Those who may need a larger quantity or those who may need only a small quantity that he or she can consume at any time. Yes. Not only that, we also have a recipe for such occasions or in a hotel where they have occasions that they will invite so many people. Of course, not all of them will be able to take tea or sugar. Then you'll be able to offer such a person an opportunity to also share with others. Why us exactly? Because our honey is not just golden, it's a revolution. It's directly from the hive to your house. We make sure that if any spoonful of honey, suppose that local farmer down there in the village, and your health food you are buying here, as well our diversity, our environment. That deals with sustainable agricultural practice. Our market, if you look at Juba alone, we have over 300 hotels, supermarkets, and restaurants combined. Not only that, based on the statistic report from Bureau of Statistics, Juba alone is serving almost 500,000 people. Out of the 500,000 people, 100,000 is people about 40 years of age. Of course, when you go and you look at those who are with health conscious aspects are people that are older. Likely from 40 years and above, you have to now monitor what you eat and so that you'll be able to be healthy. And that's exactly the people that we are targeting. Currently, in the market, out of these, we're already collaborating with 2 hotels, 4 restaurants, and serving almost over 100 people, individuals that we serve. Next. Yes, we are not alone in the market. We have competitors. We have Hagana and we have Merida Organic, of which coming into the market, our advantage here is we do delivery. We don't want to stress our customer. We go to you, you only order, then we deliver to you the honey. Also at an affordable price that you can be afford, because we don't just package at a large quantity. As I said earlier on, we categorize our packages based on our customer needs, small, big, and large. Next. This revenue model is simply, we will be selling the honey, which will be B2B. That is from us to the hotels or restaurant. Then B2C, that's directly to individual customers. Yes, where are we today? When we first tested our products in the market in 2023, we were able to sell 670 liters. Then this year alone, now we now gain more customers. We have sold already over 3,500 liters of honey. And also the advantage that we have currently, we have also signed a contract with a hotel to supply them 500 liters a week, of which it will take almost 2,000 liters in a month. Next. This is our 5 years projection. If you can see, in 2023, we made about 1,000 because in each liter, our average profit is 1.50 cents dollars. That's why we say by this year, 2024, we wanted to be selling about 5,000 liters, of which we have already reached 70% or 80% of it. That's why we say by 2027, we'll be able at least to be making a profit of $75. Next. Scalability and growth. We will be investing in modern equipment so that it will increase the production, as well as adding more people to join our team. Next. This is the mighty team behind this idea, myself, and our finance person, as well as someone who can do the quality assurance and the packaging, and the person who will handle our logistics. All the three of us are trained beekeepers. And this is the impact that we are looking at. If you look at South Sudan, today, the government have taken almost 11 months without salary. That's why we need to get out, at least create something that can employ people or give a sustainable income generating source. This is our ask of 15,000 US dollars. First is for our official business registration to allow us so that we'll be officially legally operating in South Sudan, also give us an advantage to cross border. And 1,200 will go for motorbike, which is specifically for delivery, which will reduce our cost of production. Then we have $5,000. Since our product is seasonal, we need to have enough stock so that it will cover up from the season up to the next season. Then the operating from home, we also requesting for that money so that we'll be able to rent. As well as the expansion we may need at least a modern equipment.
Thank you, Isaac Wako. Now to our judges.
Can you tell us about your sourcing? How do you source your honey? How do you produce them? Where do you get your raw materials from? And are you in control of that?
Yes, thank you so much for the question. As I said earlier, we are sourced directly from the local farmers. The person in charge of the logistics is someone who is a trained farmer, and he stays together with the farmers that we get our product. We get our product from a group of farmers that are trained, specifically for farm product. So he handles the whole thing from there, directly from the farmers that are trained. They bring it in buckets, they grow like this, then we process it here from Juba, and we package it according to the sizes that we
have. One of your competitors is Hagana, agro-processing, and then I think I saw recently they got their quality assurance stamp, like this is quality assurance, and that makes it easier for you to export across the border. I was hoping to see on your ask a big chunk of that money going towards quality assurance. How do you respond to that?
Okay, thank you so much. I've gone so far and make a research. I've reached a bit of these standards, but the thing they gave me is I have to first register officially. As earlier I stated, we are not yet officially registered. That's why we need first to get registered with the government. Then we go and get the registration from Bureau of Statistics. So we're already making money. Remember, if we're able to register officially, we'll be able to cater for the money that we will pay to the Bureau of Standards.
Well, thank you so much, Isaac. Up next, we do have Josephine James from UEI.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm called Wenepa Josephine from United Empowerment Initiative. We do business in agriculture and we deal with mostly the food items. So the problem we are solving is what? Food insecurity in Juba. Food insecurity referred to lack of enough and affordable nutritious food to meet the dietary needs for human consumption. What are the causes of this food insecurity, which is arising in Juba and people are not aware of? The first one is low food production within the country. We have seen that our country depends mostly on food which comes from our neighboring countries. So every day when you go to Gumbo market, you'll see the market vendors. They go there to go and buy food, the vegetables, the fruits, which comes from Uganda. And then also, if you go to all these wholesalers, when you want to buy something like rice or beans, you will see mostly in Kenya, made in Uganda, like you'll never see like made in South Sudan. If it's there, but it's not common. So the second one is what? Lack of knowledge and skills in agricultural businesses. Most of our farmers, they have knowledge and skill in agriculture. And then there is high population with high demand for food. Here, a lot of people are hustling, looking for money, but they don't mind where the food comes from. Let's assume the border for our neighboring countries which support us close one day. What are we going to do? Since we are not serious with things to do with agriculture. And then there is lack of empowerment to the farmers. Farmers are not receiving enough training, like to motivate them on how they can actually make money from their agriculture products. And then United Empowerment has two solutions for this problem. One is farmers empowerment through training. We do training on crop management and pest control, and also training the farmers on the new marketing strategies, how they can actually market their agricultural products, get money, and take care of their families. And then we have supplying Juba with food items. The food items include the vegetable, fruits, and some of the grains. I've mentioned them there, but I'm not going to read them. Next slide. And then what is our unique value proposition? We have fresh and quality products. We don't use fertilizer for planting. Our products come from Yambio, where there is a lot of fertile soil. And then we offer training to the farmers, our own farmers and those ones in the community, charging them some little amount to our account. And then we are fair and affordable. Because we produce our crops within the country, we don't have these charges of the tax in the border. So we put our things very affordable to all. And then we aim at online marketing. We advertise our products online, and then we deliver items to the destination. Next slide. Our targeted customer include the hotels, retailers, small-scale businesses, private sectors, direct consumers, and farmers themselves. Because we train them and we are getting some money from them, they become our targeted customers. Next. Competition. We have competitors here. We have Sino Uganda Limited. We have Wajuna, and we have Nile Trading and Transport Company. We have Sudanese and Trading Company. We have Mangala, we have Equatoria, and we have the Boda service users. So we are going to rate them on cheap, low, strong, and moderate. When it comes to cheapness in price, United Empowerment is wrong. Well, Sino Trading is low, and the next And then when it comes to online marketing, we are strong, focus mostly on online, while other competitors, they like taking their things to the market physically. Then we do farmers training. We focus on both supplying the country with the products and also training farmers in order to have enough product to supply to Juba. And then we have natural and fresh products. Like I told you, we don't use fertilizer. Most of the tomatoes which come from Uganda, when you want to cook with it, you find that the outside part is actually red, but inside is kind of white, meaning there's a lot of fertilizer being used on that. And then community engagement. As we train farmers, we have the access to interfere with the community. Next. Our revenue include the products sales fees. When we sell our product, we get the money.
Well, thank you, Josephine. Thanks for the presentation, Josephine. So I have an issue with your problem statement. It's too generic, it's too wide, and I don't know. It doesn't kind of match with the solution that you're providing. Instead, the solution actually looks like it's a solution for one of the other effects from the cause. So maybe consider narrowing it down.
Okay, when it comes to the problems statement, I said food insecurity. Like when there is no enough and affordable food for all in the market, you might have money, but there are no food items in the market to buy. Like I told you, we mostly depend on what? Products which come from outside. So first go back to where it is. The low production of food items in the country is just the cause of the food insecurity. It's not like the problem, but yeah, it's not a global. We are trying to put ourselves in a situation where there is lockdown. The neighboring countries are not supplying us with agricultural products. We can actually do it on our own. We can supply Juba with beans. We can supply Juba with posho and the rest of other items.
One of your, when you're doing your competitive analysis, you focus mainly on entities that are outside the country. But then you forget that there are many farmers here in South Sudan who are producing, maybe even in Yambio itself, outside your groups. Don't you think those people are competitors to you?
Okay, they are competitors, but not to the level of the business. Most of them produce these crops just to eat. Most of them do what? They produce the crops for consumption. They don't even think like, I can actually make money from agriculture to pay my children to school and also support my family. So that is the difference. Next to that. Okay, we are asking for computer because you go to the ask for advertisement, monitoring and evaluation. We also need internet because we advertise online. We need 2 lorry trucks for transporting the goods. And then we need a tractor because we have a farm there for cultivation and planting. We need rice mill in order to produce a well packaging rice and supply Juba with. We need maize mill in order to produce a posho or maize flour. We need also pivot irrigation machines in order to keep our products available all the times. When there is no rain, we can still have our products. And then we have capacity building because we are training the farmers. We need to also to hire consultants, the venue and materials.
I don't think I've heard about storage in your ask. How will you ensure, because you're talking of food sustainability or food security, how will that, because we have most of them are perishable, like the veggies, how will you cater for this?
Okay, we transport some specific vegetables, for example, like the cabbage, the onions, those ones, you know, coming from Yambio to here is just one day. It's not like it's supposed to be like 2 days or taking long on the way. It's just a matter of packaging it well and it reaches here. We can use the wooden box to maybe to pack things like tomatoes and others, just the same way the traders from Uganda do, and then we can also do the same. It's not as far as you think, it's a nearby place. And then we have a store in Gudele for other things like the granules, the maize, and the rest of the things.
If you're asking 400,000, or how much was that? An investor would want to know how much are you making per year for 400,000 to make sense.
For the 240,000 we have requested, if you invest this money in business, in the agricultural business, we are going to make about 3,000 to 4,000 USD dollars. Because first of all, when you're selling the one sack of granules, it's about 800,000 South Sudanese pound. So this is just an example, but with that we can make from around 3,000 USD to 4,000.
All right, Josephine, thank you so much. Now, up next, we do have Kon Akech, My Services Innovator.
My name is Koneta Hub. I'm the founder of My Services. Every year, hundred of students or young graduates leave universities or vocational training centers, and they find it very hard to find a job. My services want to fill that gap by providing a digital platform that connects residents with service providers, such as an electrician, mechanic, or whatever. Move to a solution. Oh, okay. Yeah. The next, huh? Yeah, our value proposition is we offer a comprehensive all-in-one platform to enhance accessibility, trust, convenience, and empowering local talent and improving access to essential services. Our target market is where people looking for services and skills or worker or freelancers and small business owners. Our market size, total addressable market size around 12 million. Service available market is estimated to be at 4 million users, and serviceable obtainable market, we are targeting 1 million users within the first 3 years. Our growth strategy is digital marketing and partnership with the vocational. Competitive, I think we are the first one in South Sudan, so maybe we can just move to the next. Our revenue model is that we will be charging a service seekers $2 per expert contract. The second, we have a premium subscription service for service provider and small business, and transaction fees on every online service transaction. Our milestone, we have already developed a prototype, mobile and web ready for testing. We secured 2 collaboration with NGOs to support the community outreach. The future roadmap is that by January 2025, we will complete the testing. By June 2025, we will expand to more cities, aiming for 1,000 users. Our financial projection, we estimate it to be in the first year, we will reach 12,000. By the second year, it will be around 20,000. The third year will be around 35,000. Our scaling plan is that we, from South Sudan, after succeeding from South Sudan, will extend to neighboring countries like East Africa, introducing a subscription plan, advertising or partnership. And our growth plan is that we are partner with more vocational training centers across the new region to support it, supported by targeted digital marketing campaign. And here is our team. William Deng is a marketing manager. Me, myself, I'm the founder and CTO. And the next person we are still looking for is the operation manager. The impact, I think, no poverty, decent works and economic growth, gender and equality. We are seeking 8,500 USD to support the operation. 35 will go for office renting and internet. 6% will go for technology infrastructure like hosting, domain, and database. 18% will go to marketing and operation costs, and 41% for registration and legal documentation. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. So I didn't see your competitive analysis. So how special, different is your platform from all other platforms like LinkedIn? Because still employers or service people looking for service providers are able to get search on LinkedIn.
Our advantage is that we local focus. We focus on the local community. The other advantage is that we use the local currencies. Like in the LinkedIn, someone outside you cannot pay using SSP. You have to get hard currency. So the other advantage we have mobile money, which is it's not available in like LinkedIn or Fiverr or Upwork.
In terms of locally now, if I need a plumber, I would work with that plumber, and I have his contacts. The first time I would get him through your application, and I have him. And then tomorrow I need him. I don't need to go back to your application. I will use him. I will just call him directly from my phone. How do you ensure continuity or comeback onto your website after I have interacted for the first time?
After you interacted for the first time and you find the services, the person you hired was good, next time you might have a different problem at home, maybe electricity or whatever, you can still come back to our platform.
What if I get a plumber today, electrician tomorrow, and I have 5 service providers? What would make me still come back to your website? I'm just trying to see what is the continuous pool that ensures someone, if it's not there definitively, maybe I would want to introduce some sort of solution that can ensure that, because I've seen these applications before, and one of the biggest challenges is once a person receives the service, they go. Not because they go, they don't want the service, but because now I know a plumber or a mechanic I've worked with for the last 10 years, for the last 5 years. I don't need to go look for another mechanic.
I don't have an answer for that now, but I will.
Well, thank you so much, Konakech. And up next, we'll be having Matthew Kon from Junub Webos.
I don't know. Maybe we'll be able to see that. Right. Good afternoon. My name is Matthew Kon. I'm the CEO and founder of Innovators. Innovators is a tech startup that is leveraging technology to solve our local problems here in Southern. So one of the problems we're addressing is inaccessibility and earnings from our local music here in Southern. According to our research, both interviews and online, we found out that about 90% of our local artists do not earn from their music online, and about 75% of their listeners do not have direct access to their music. So we developed a solution. That solution is called Stream It Southern. That is one app for all the South Sudanese music. With Stream It Southern, you get to access. So the value we provide with Stream It Southern provides reliable and user-friendly accessibility to all South Sudanese music in one place, while the artists, songwriters, and related contributors can be able to earn through streaming royalties. So if you also have a podcast, you can be able to earn through your podcast program. So the key features we have with the Stream It Southern, you can be able to access all the local music wherever you are around the world. If in Australia, you can listen to all the traditional songs you love. If you're wherever you are, you can be able to access the music. Also, you don't need a credit card to subscribe. It's integrated with mobile money payments. And also, you don't need a video so that your music can be heard or seen, because people are struggling with videos so that they can upload to YouTube. If you have an audio, that is enough. Also, we have local genres and local languages inside the platform. So if you listen maybe to Nath music, you go to a genre called Nath music, you get to listen to all the Nath artists that you love listening to. Okay, so our target market, currently we are focused on South Sudan. We are targeting South Sudanese around the world, mostly the artists and the listeners. Our market size, we are pre-revenue, but we're going to be charging $2 per month on average. And we estimate that in Juba, because of the challenges we have, we might be able to only acquire around 500,000 when we launch. And then combining South Sudan and East Africa, 1 million. And then total addressable market, 5 million. This is per our estimations when you use $2 as a charging fee. Okay, our competitive landscape, our major competitors are the way people are accessing music at the moment. At the moment, if you want to listen to music here in South Sudan, you ask for someone to send it to you. Or artists are sharing their music on WhatsApp groups. Others have centers where music is sent to their phones. So these are our competitors. And also we have the international streaming platforms like Apple Music, YouTube, AudioMac, and then there are emerging platforms like Google Play, she mentioned, like there are so many others. But these platforms have been coming while we've been working on this for so long. Next. So how do we make money? We intend to make money through in-app subscriptions. We also intend to make money through ads monetization. It's currently monetized. You can be able to view the ads while you're using the platforms, because at the moment they're only free users. And then we intend to use 70% of the revenue we generate as artist royalties. So what we get through the subscriptions and also through the ads, we dedicate 70% of that, we pay it back to the artists. Our attraction, since we launched our website, it's still our website, we have 300 plus registered artists, we have 100 plus daily users, and our KPI at the moment is the number of artists we have registered. So far, we have registered our company. We have developed the website. We have acquired an office space. We are likely to open probably this week. And then soon we shall be able to launch our app and continue with the work. Next. Our financial projections. Like I said, we are pre-revenue. So most of what we're doing are simply estimates per the fee we intend to charge. So, and again, the subscription part is a new thing in South Sudan. So we anticipate that in 2025, we shall be able to get around 20,000 as streaming royalties alone. our streaming revenue alone, and then continuing to 2026, around 50K, and then 2027, around 100K. Because by then we assume that people will be adapting to subscriptions. Our scalability and growth, we are focused on South Sudan, like I said, but then we intend in the next 18 months, be able to at least register 1,000 plus artists and also be able to get around 50,000 active listeners. That is around the world as South Sudanese. So our impact, we hope to empower 10,000 plus local artists. We have done several interviews with them, and they have been able to tell us that they really have the music, they really have the talent, but they're still struggling to find a way to make something out of it. So those that are making money are those that have the capacity to host a big show in Freedom Hall, wherever they can be able to host a show. While the ones that are still struggling, they have no. Then the last one, still we have so far 100 plus requests from young upcoming artists.
Well, thank you, Matthew. To our judges.
Thank you, Matthew. And we have heard you say there will be subscription for the consumers. And then we saw that in the website already the artists have registered. What is their benefit if I've not missed it?
Our prices again, we are pre-revenue. That means we have not yet gathered much revenue, but the artists are registering as those that will be getting the revenue when we start generating revenue. And also, we have not yet done the subscription part. The users are not able to subscribe at the moment because we're working on a unified payment gateway that will be able to allow anyone all over the world, whether you're using a Momo, you can be able to use your Momo to subscribe. Whether you're using M-Pesa, you can use M-Pesa. Whether you're using a credit card in Australia, you can use your credit card. So that unified payment gateway, so it will enable us to be able to get the revenue and then be able to pay back the artists.
So I saw you made a comparison with other streaming platforms, and I think locally we have Sounder and Google Play. So what gaps exist from those already existing streaming platforms that you're trying to fill? How unique is yours?
So we started working on I started working on this program in 2021, early in 2021, before most of these platforms were in existence. Along the way, we faced challenges of resources, and also part of what needs to make it work is the payment part. So that's why we are still working on the unified payment gateway, and with that, we shall be able to have an operational platform. Now, what makes us unique is the way we want to approach the distribution of South Sudanese music. Right now, we have platforms, yes, but we don't know what they intend to do with the way they are getting the music. But for our case, we want to be able to empower these artists. We don't just simply say, create your account, put your music there. We want to create a connection with them so that also we build their online presence, be able to write their biographies, be able to put most of the information about them online, not only on our platform. So far, personally, I build websites for artists. Those are individual websites that can be able to let them build their digital presence online. So that's part of the value we're providing to the artists.
What I see here is basically a library of music. And this takes up a lot of, obviously, space, especially when you talk of videos and things. How do you have for that? Let me just go back to the ask. And I thought the ask would deal with a lot of the storage spaces, what it will include.
So our ask is not exactly 8K, but for this program, I cut it down because this is what we need at the moment. Our ask is $37,000. That will be able to scale our program. But for now, we just need to get started. We have the website ready. We also have the apps ready. We've not yet published them. So to be able to publish them, we need some little money. We also need to set up our office so that the artists can come and we interact with them. And then we do a bit of marketing and then the launching. Then after that, we can.
I think it would be a very good to have someone from maybe a music producer, someone who's from the music industry. They would open for you a lot of doors on reaching some of these artists. That combination, the team to be spiced up a little bit.
So we have a diverse team, those that are even in the music industry. And then so far, this is the operational team, but then we have the plan to expand and be able to reach even those that speak different dialects, because I know we can't exhaust all the local music in South Sudan unless we get specialists from those different areas.
All right, thank you so much, Matthew. And now our last presenter or innovator of the day is Moga Kai from Dirasa.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Moga Emmanuel. I am the innovator of Dirasa. Dirasa is an e-learning platform created mainly to improve the learning experience of students in countries such as South Sudan. Did you know that according to macro trends as to the data collected in 2018, the overall illiteracy rate in South Sudan stands as much as 65%? Now, basic look up to this statistic can tell us one thing of a certain, that South Sudan is facing a problem of low formal education. And in my research and my findings, I found out that some of the causes to this problem include financial instability among parents and students, expensive cost of stocking up a local school library, and limited number of well-stocked school libraries. And if these problems are not sorted as soon as possible, South Sudan has faced serious consequences, which include limited industrial and technological advances in the country, and South Sudan has registered the highest number of illiterate and uncivilized communities. And the future leaders of this country, South Sudan, have also faced a serious problem of poor human intellectual development and lack of competence. So as my own contribution towards solving out this matter, I decided to come up with the customized Dirasa tablet, which has in it the Dirasa application. Dirasa provides free, fast, easy, and convenient access to home educational fit, e-library, and virtual classes, and also cloud storage for educational content. All you need to do is get the Dirasa tablet, sign up into the Dirasa application, and that's all you need to get started with studying with Dirasa. And our value proposition, we reduce the cost of buying and printing limited textbooks, since one textbook for each subject can be got and put into the system and is accessed by every student using Dirasa. Weather changes and other similar factors won't hinder learning, since using Dirasa is very flexible and you can even learn at the comfort of your home or even your office. Dirasa provides a dynamic, interactive learning environment with educational content, since the users of Dirasa can create educational content, like it, share it, and even save it for future use, which makes learning more interesting and fun for the students. Dirasa also comes in a customized tablet which has no access to other applications and websites, which gives a super concentration to only learning and only learning and studies only for the student. Dirasa also contains robust e-learning features, which include virtual boards, PowerPoint readers, PDF readers, and image and video readers, and also screencasting tools, which enhance learning with much more and greater comprehension. In our market, our targeted customers are the parents of students, teachers, and learning institutions. Our marketing strategies are going to be digital and social media advertisement, organizing marketing school outreach, and using influencers for marketing our products and service. And our return strategy is going to be distributing authentic, long-lasting, and high-performance tablets. And we are going to be also maintaining highly optimized applications always. And we will be also be updating this application according to the feedback given to us by our users. Next. Our total market size in South Sudan includes all the formal learning institutions in South Sudan and all its students. Our competitors are other e-learning platforms like Udemy, Coursera, and Google Classroom. Hard copy textbook printing companies are also our competitors. But our competitive advantage over them all is that Dirasa comes in a customized tablet which has no access to other applications and websites. With Dirasa also you can download and access books provided by the Ministry of Education which suits to the local country's teaching curriculum. And Dirasa also provides that up to 32 GB free backup cloud storage for educational content. And with Dirasa, you can both create educational contents and also conduct lessons. Next slide. Our revenue model, we are going to be selling each tablet at $300, and we are also going to be selling the cloud storage at $0.3 per megabyte. We're also going to be charging $60 virtual subject room subscription per year for only recognized learning institution. Next slide. Tractions. Ever since I came up with this idea of Dirasa, I joined the dSkills Innovators Spring Up program, which gave me a very beautiful framework to develop up my product, Dirasa. And I've also reached out to some high school and university students and told them about the idea of Dirasa, and so far they liked it. I've so far developed the wireframe for Dirasa, of which you can see on the screen. Next. Our financial projections. In our first year of sales estimate, we will be getting much of our finances from the tablet sales, and we'll also be getting from the subject room subscription, and then followed the list of them will be the cloud storage subscription. And next. Our scalability plan, we plan to reach out to our neighboring countries, Uganda and Kenya, after a successful establishment of Dirasa here in South Sudan in a period of about 3 years. Our team comprised of 3 members, which includes Morgan Emmanuel, that is me. I am an electronic technician and also currently pursuing a certificate in whatever. Sorry. Let me calm down, okay? Sorry, let me calm down. I am an electronic technician and currently I'm pursuing a certificate in web and application development at W3 schools. We have Newark Galwak. He's a graduate from the Chandigarh University with a degree, bachelor degree in business administration. We have Kim Odak. He's a first year student at the University of Catholic. He's also pursuing a bachelor's degree in economics. Next. In our impacts, we're having increased time and money saving, increased level of formal education in South Sudan, and reduced paper littering. Thank you very much. We're asking for 9,800 seed capital to develop the prototype of Dirasa, 8,000 to develop the application, and 1,800 to outsource 6 tablets, each costing $300. Thank you very much. This is Dirasa, the engines of it.
Well, thank you so much. Now to our judges.
Thank you for that interesting presentation. So you said your competitors were, is it Udemy, Google Classroom, maybe Khan Academy. So if these are your competitors, because I know these are e-learning platforms, they're not necessarily hardware. So where are you getting your content if you're not getting it from those platforms? Who is developing it?
Dirasa does not provide a content, it provides a platform for creating educational contents like the other social medias like Facebook. You can create your content and somebody can like it, somebody can share it, you can tag somebody concerning it. It's all about learning.
So it's a platform for educators to create, to share learning material. So what inspired you to come up with this? Who is suffering? Do they really need your solution?
Well, the first time I came up with this idea was when I was listening to the radio, and there was somebody who was speaking and was saying that where are the schools that will come and change the livelihoods of our children, of our community, and this will touch me deep, and I look forward towards developing a solution towards this problem.
Just before I ask my next question is, can I download the app without your tablet? Then why are you selling the tablet and locking it up? Okay. Then my next question is, you said you provide a platform to, like you're like a carrier. You carry materials from the teachers to the students. Who ensures the quality of what is being carried?
I look up to partnering with the South Sudan Ministry of Education, of which they will even provide for me the books that I will need to put into the system. Thank you.
Thank you, Moga. I am so much interested in the platform that you have created, and you had said the content is just anything comes in, and then now you have talked about Minister of Education, that will be your partner. Definitely, they will advise. Now we have online platforms that are also innovatively shining out there. Now, how is yours different? What is unique that supersedes and surpasses those other ones? I still have more questions.
Well, we can get to a value proposition. No, not value. Let's go forward. Competitive advantage. Yeah, so with Dirasa, you can download and access books provided by a local country's, whatever the Ministry of Education, which suits to the local country's teaching curriculum. So these other competitors, they have already their content, of which sometimes in the country, they may not permit legal by everybody to use it. So with Dirasa, like South Sudan will be giving its books to the students for teaching. So another country also can give their own books to their own students for also learning and teaching. So this is what is most unique about us.
You said that there are country restrictions about which books to read, and that, do you have like data to support what you're saying in terms of what are the policies available in South Sudan that restrict which learning materials should be given?
Well, I have an experience concerning that one there. We had a chemistry book in Uganda that I used. So when I came here, they said, no, some of the things we don't teach from Uganda, we don't teach it here. So we need to use the books provided by the Ministry of Education in South Sudan.
On your revenue, if I look closely, you're mostly looking to make money from selling the tablets, which is a one-time fee. But then the only subscription is extra storage. That's what I saw. You're providing a one-time service. I mean, you're selling a one-time off product now, but then you're providing the service continuously for a very long time. How will you ensure sustainability?
Revenue models, we are having $60 virtual subject room subscription for only recognized learning students. That is per year. So once the year is done, they also resubscribe.
Yeah, this is definitely the last one. One is advice that all the other platforms, you can always find the content is either from the European background or from the American. Now, African content is much more into the digital platform. Actually, it is needed. So if you will expand into Africa, because African experiences, history, and the potential is like not signing. So if you can go into this. But now, who are the suppliers of your tablets? Do you have one that we could see?
I look forward to outstocking the Galaxy Tab S6. So that is a very good tablet that we can customize with this application inside it, and it will work very good for our students.
All right, thank you so much. Well, this happened to be our last for today. And up next, we'll be having a panel discussion. Meanwhile, our judges will go and refine the ideas, look into it, and do their selection. And up next, we'll be having a panel discussion, as I've said. And afterwards, will be followed by ceremony, award ceremony, where the judges will provide feedback and announce the top three. And the top three, of course, out of the three, two will go and represent us regional wise. And then also there will be certificate awarded to the 30 participants. And from there, we'll be giving out, like, or rather, we'll be having a photo, like a group photo, and celebrating, of course, the winners. And not forgetting, after that, there will be a final remarks. Then we close it and call it a day. Are you guys excited? I don't see the excitement, Yajama. Well, I remain to be Rochelle Hakim, the CEO of Google Play. Well, Google Play is South Sudanese entertainment platform where we are looking into your one-stop destination for all the South Sudanese entertainment. We have started with music, of course, but in the future, we're looking into other contents. And right now, if you are to go to Apple Store or Google Play, you will find us right there. And also on 27th, we do have a live band experience called Istamta Maana at Seniors Hub, where our office is located. This is a way where we give 2 weeks training for our artists to teach them on how to do live events. Because right now, if you know, whenever there's an event, people like to do this playback, but we are trying to change the tradition by empowering them, taking them through vocal trainings and making them comfortable with a real band. So don't miss the on 27th at Seniors Hub from 3:30 to 7 p.m. In case you don't know Seniors, it's a Tomping before Winners Chapel from America residents straight inside the area. Also, we do have event booking where you can go on our app, you can book for events that are there. You can even purchase music for artists to support them. We are creating a community that is inspiring, educative, and transforming at the same time. It's all about us enriching everyone through harmony, and that is through entertainment. Thank you so much. Meanwhile, we are preparing the place. We'll be having a discussion that will happen soon. And probably from the audience, one or two can raise a question that we can interact with. Judges, you're welcome. Well, we are going to start now. And now we are going to start our panel discussion. And first on board, I would like to welcome Ms. Mercy Kimalet. Ms. Mercy is the founding CEO of Association of Startup and SMEs Enablers of Kenya, ASSEK, that brings together and represents the interests of 50 plus entrepreneur support organizations that support the development and growth of startups and SMEs. She has 8+ years of experience in designing and managing impact-driven programs across diverse sectors in the entrepreneurship ecosystem. Ms. Mercy, you are welcome. And the next person is Malesh Martin Joseph. He is the CEO of Five Investment and the chairperson of the Association of South Sudan Contractors, a serial entrepreneur for more than 10 years. And our last guest is Subir Inyuan. He is the author of The Lost Economy of South Sudan. And not only a normal author, he is also a degree holder in aerospace engineering at Shanghai Aerospace University, People's Republic of China, with the remarkable list of contributions he has done in the world of literature, from literacy works such as Writings on One Belt, One Road initiative in China, and authoring first book, The Road to Development in South Sudan. You are all welcome. Ms. Mercy, welcome to South Sudan. I believe it's your first time experience right here. I hope the country is treating you well. All right, quick one to our first question. From the perspective as the CEO of Ask, how is digital innovation evolving across East Africa community?
Thank you so much. You can hear me? Ah, good. How is the afternoon? It's good? Innovators, you okay? Great. Yeah, so I lead a network called the Association of Startup and SME Enablers. And what we do is that we bring together different incubators, accelerators, co-working spaces, and even other partners such as UNDP. I can see also we're in the Uniport, just to work together to actually build the ecosystem to support more young entrepreneurs have access to entrepreneurship opportunities. Many people who go through university, when they come out, they find that there are no jobs. And so what we try to do is create many entrepreneurial programs and also different events where we match young innovators with this kind of opportunities to actually help them scale and grow. One of the key things that we've learned ever since COVID happened was the importance of being digital, right? So whether you are old, whether you're very young, whether you are technology proficient or not, you have to be on a digital platform. And so what we've done is that we've been able to partner with the Inter-University Council of East Africa, as well as also the East Africa community, to be able to design the digital skills for innovative East African industry. And what we did actually was initially to design a research where we actually interviewed the different universities, more than 100 across East Africa. We also interviewed different corporates such as IBM, Microsoft, and also speaking to the young innovators as well about where are the gaps and where are the opportunities for digital entrepreneurship to take place. So some of the things that kept coming up was, one, we need to look at how we can scale innovations across the region. So if you're looking at your own country, it's a very small market, but within the East Africa community, you're looking at more than 400 million people. But to actually be able to sell to that big population, then you have to be online. Because with digital, it means that you are 24/7, and then also you're scaling across different borders. And what we also realized, especially for young women and the youth, is that with technology, it can allow you to actually engage more easily with other stakeholders. And like when you're doing the traditional platforms, for example, for selling, you actually encounter gender barriers or socioeconomic barriers. But with technology, then you can sell anywhere at any time and to anyone, as long as you're properly marketed your product. So there's a lot of opportunity there that is available. And then also looking at how we've been able to map out different innovation hubs across the East Africa region, such that if you want to scale from South Sudan and you want to go into Kenya, then we have more than 150 hubs. If you want to go to Uganda as well, the support is there, and also other countries also. Now, the big opportunities that are, or the big sectors that are available is that if you look at services industry, there's big opportunity to actually help different industries to go online and provide online support like chatbots or even like online selling as well. And then also e-commerce is quite big in terms of potential to grow. Thereby, even you as an innovator, whoever, all the startups that pitched here, if you actually have a product, then you can definitely put it on e-commerce and scale and grow. The other one also is looking at the creative economy. Everyone has a mobile phone, right? And everyone is able to access, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook. There you already have an opportunity to actually make a lot of money. If you look at there's a report that was done around Africa and the statistics around creative economy. It's one of the most leading sectors that actually is driving income into the countries. So even for you, you can use this opportunity that we have here, the startups pitching, you talking about your product, take a short video and actually post online. That will help you to scale and grow as well.
Well, thank you so much, Ms. Mercy. And now to Mr. Malesh. You are one person that have been expert and experienced in the industry for quite a long right now. What do you think it's the common challenge that is facing young South Sudanese entrepreneur when it comes to digital landscapes?
Thank you very much. I'm called Mr. Malis Dikon. I'm Deacon Malis Martin Joseph Ramba, South Sudanese. Oh, let me put very close. You see, I'm the managing director of a company called Five Investment Limited. This is a construction company. And then I'm the chairman of the Association of South Sudan Contractors in the entire country. When it comes to challenges facing South Sudanese in regard to the digital world or other challenges, I want to speak from another perspective to the other. You see, South Sudan is a country compounded with so many challenges, very unique challenges, challenges from their emotional development to their physical development, and even to their entrepreneurial development. And because of this is a very unique environment and a very dirty and a difficult environment to come up here as an entrepreneur. The first time I was working in the corporate world was in 2005, between 2005 2010. I resigned from my work with NGOs, and I joined the private sector. Since that time, I never went back to an employment world. And in this country, as it is, the cost of everything is more than anywhere else in the world. The rates are crazy. You have no access to finances. And South Sudanese is difficult to access. Like now, they're pitching. When I'm looking at all the brilliant ideas, I'm by the way excited. And most of these ideas that you have people here, we can speak to our members in the Association of Contractors and say, you sponsor these people. And all these ideas can be put to test. These ideas, you don't have to, like we are looking for, the biggest person that I saw here was $240,000, isn't it? Our membership, our members are actually millionaires. The contractors that constructed all the roads in the whole country. If they put their, what we call their corporate social responsibility, and then we say, let us put maybe 2% of that money to this kind of ideas. 2% of maybe $1 billion, how much is that money? If all these companies that are constructing the roads across this country. So we are saying that we have very brilliant ideas. And what I want to encourage you, people, never, ever despise small beginning. If you look at me today, I'm over 30 billion cells. But when I started half from my mother, half from my father. One single cell. After 9 months, I became a human being born, vulnerable to a woman's hand. For the first few years of my life, they have to feed me, clothe me, dress me, wash me, carry me around. If you have an idea that is being born, first and foremost, ensure like this. The idea must be complete. Are you getting me? If you get that one cell, it has my fingers, it has my mouth size, my eyes, my hair, how I look, how I talk, my color, everything. My body parts were in that one single cell. But it's very, very small, isn't it? When your idea is being born, don't give birth to a very big idea at once. Big things don't, those are mushrooms, they don't last. Things that go for generations, they are born that way. Look at nature. Nature teaches us a lot. Nothing worthwhile comes easy. And it comes over time. Are you getting me? All these ideas that you have been presenting here, refine them, wear them, dress them well, make sure that they are the right one. Even small though they are, they will grow up and become big to serve the entire country. If you look at the longest river in the world, it was in South America, isn't it? Amazon. That river, where it started, you can put your leg and stop the water from passing, isn't it? But around the road, if you see it has traveled over 2,000 kilometers, the width is almost 10 kilometers. And that's why never, ever stop thinking. Let me give you an example. I have come here. I was thinking a solution to one of the biggest problems Africa has. What is the biggest problem? Do you know we have an oil? How many people know South Sudan has an oil? That oil that we have is not ours. is the oil of the world. We are just holding for them. Because we are getting less than 15% of that oil. Is that our oil? It is a commission for us. And the entire African continent, the richest continent on earth, having its resources, fueling other people somewhere. The citizens of Africa do not own their resources. We now need to come up with a solution. How can Africans own their own resources? That's what problem we need to solve, isn't it? In South Sudan, we are the one constructing the road. If you go to East Africa, you find Chinese and the Americans. We are telling them no. In South Sudan, let the black people be in charge. We need to hold it because for us, we are used to small money, 10,000. When you hold $100,000, it's like we have conquered the whole world. It's a lie. We need to be billionaires as well, isn't it? So I want to say thank you very much. This is a very important interaction. I want to encourage young people, never stop thinking and don't despise small beginnings. When an idea is born, you are the mother, allow it to grow. People may not see it. I want to encourage some of you, your idea may not be able to win the judgment today, isn't it? But these are not the best judges. But they may not understand even your ideas sometimes. Are you getting me? So if you fail, go and work harder. Reinforce that idea. Make it better so that we can understand the ordinary people. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much for the amazing words of encouragement. And I believe as young people in this room, we have to take lessons upon that. Now to Sober, the lost economy of South Sudan. I believe you have taken your time, your moments to write this book. As an author, what have you seen are the opportunities available in South Sudan and young people have not yet tapped into it?
Thank you so much, the moderator, and would like to first and foremost thank everyone who is in this hall today. You know, everything starts with the problem. And for someone to come down, spend sleepless nights writing a book, that means there's a problem you've noticed that you have to solve. Sitting down in my small room in Shanghai, working as an economic strategist, China, I happen to watch news every single day. I go to work, I come back, and then I watch news from South Sudan. It was so sad that nothing actually comes up from South Sudan. All we hear about is the amount of millions looted, amount of projects that were started and didn't go where. And 80% of the young people are actually the youth. What disturbs most is that in deliberations of the people you're supposed to see thinking about the progress, nothing actually, no mention of the youth is made actually in this kind of discussions. The lost economy was something that had been disturbing me for a long time. I wanted to tell the young people, look, can we separate ourselves from the government? Can we as the young people start being the government we want to see? Can we, the young people, start being the change that we want to achieve? And the first two speakers here actually made the ground very easy for me. The book, it's a business book actually. Everything in this book, it's a balance sheet. Income, expense, assets and expenses and all that, liabilities. So basically I wrote this book for the young people of South Sudan, and I'm so happy to be in this podium today. I didn't actually know that I would find this kind of resourceful young people. The whole thing was to come up with Youth Economic Empowerment Forum. This was the main idea I had last year. And then as I thought over it, I said, okay, but the Bible says my people perish because of lack of knowledge. So if I'm to start up an economic empowerment forum without knowledge, it would be just meaningless. So I had to write the book so that I can explain what exactly South Sudan needs to do. Every time we talk about production, every time we talk about investing in agriculture, but nothing happens. You can imagine from 2013, we are talking about production. And mind you, the instability we talk about, if you ask any youth in this university today and say, why are we not having production? They will say it's because of insecurity. Now I say in this book now, I said, no, look, it's not actually insecurity that's the problem. The problem is food to eat. If I don't have food to eat, I'll try much as possible to get whatever way I get food to eat. Everything actually is business. And this is why I need to applaud anyone in this room. In this world, everything is business. Someone asked me, why are you an aerospace engineer supposed to be flying aircrafts? You're busy writing about economy. I said, even you when you're born, it's actually economy. Because your parents have to sit down and say, okay, look, can we have another baby? And then that's where they will start planning for you. Okay, that's all economy. When you're born or when you go to school, you're being told, go to school, get a good job. Okay, that's also economy. You're being told to go and look for food. Once you get a job, you will get salary. Once you get salary, you go and buy maize flour from Konyo Konyo, and then you take it home to cook. So that's all economy. Our life actually is all dictated by food. If you don't provide the food for your people, there will be a disorganized society that will be everywhere ranting, everywhere causing insecurity to look for food. Okay, so the lost economy, and thank you so much for the platform. The lost economy actually details every single detail on how you can actually organize yourself in form of a balance sheet. Once you organize yourself in form of a balance sheet as an individual, you'll go to society, you go to a community, and then you start looking forward to solving more problems that other people have not been looking at. You can ask yourself, why are we very few in this room? The answer is not everyone is thinking the way we are thinking. And that's why they always say it's only 1%. Show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. So all of us in this room, actually, we have one thing that is bringing us together here. We are here thinking about others. This is why we're in this room. Those that are busy thinking about themselves will not align with whatever we're doing here. So this is my introductory remark about the book. So number one, let us as young people start a culture of partnerships. For us to achieve any progressive world, we have to have partnerships. I have my idea. He has his money. Let me come and present my idea and I'll be funded. The most stupid thing that we do as young people today, South Sudan, is that you have an idea and then you become selfish of that idea and then you don't even get funding for it. And that's how it all dies off. You see? So successful people have one thing in common, partnerships. Always have to partner with each other. Number two, which is a very serious issue in this country, is the issue of so much, I don't know how to call it, duplicating of similar things. If maybe I'm thinking of starting a honey business, and some gentleman here came in and presented a very nice honey project. Why should I also go on and start my own honey? Yet I can capitalize on him, give him my money. I said, okay, I'm giving you this money. I need 10% shares of your honey business. And then I become a co-founder, not necessarily that, but a board member in that business of his. I have my own idea, maybe my own market that I can bring on the table. I'm bringing my cash. Every month or 2 months, I come, I say, hey, also how much do we have in the account? What is my share? Remit it to me, please. Okay? In the book here, I called it actually, we have to be innovative, market innovativeness. We cannot keep starting restaurants everywhere. Last time Amarzara started the business, tomorrow it's a Jang, tomorrow is a Tim's restaurant, whatever, Uncles and Son restaurant, or the whole business just died off because of lack of creativity. South Sudanese have a tendency of replicating the same business. Let us be creative. If so-and-so has a construction company, let me come in as a supplier. My sister can come in as a consultant, okay? Now it's a chain of services. This is what we need to encourage among our young people now. That actually is selfishness. And mind you, if I'm successful as maybe a honey producer, don't think you're going to be successful like me, because in my brain, I have a picture of the business already. You're seeing me successful, you only look at the cover, but you don't know what is the inside. So let me come in, you come in, partner together, create partnerships so that you can all succeed together. Also, greed, let us remove an element of greed. Why we are suffering now is because of greed. We're just greedy. It's also in this book. Greed is everything. And I also have to do more research about greed. When did the greed start even? What is the history of greed? What's the point of me stealing $10 billion when I eat 3 plates a day? Me with my 5,000 pounds, I will still eat 2 plates a day. You with your 100 billion, you still eat 2 plates a day. Sometimes when those men with $100 million don't actually eat the kind of portion we eat. They only get banana and then maybe one, and that's all. So let us look at the element of greed. As young people, you want to progress, remove greed, increase partnership with each other. Thank you.
Interesting one. Just a quick one. In case anyone has a question to ask our panelists, I would like 2 people, brief and short. Anyone?
Thank you so much. I'm Kolkuma Gengen, one of the co-founder for a small investment company. One question is to our chairperson, contracting companies. We, the youth of South Sudan, as is stated by my brother, the few that have accepted to come today, love to be entrepreneurs. Yeah. Now the challenge is we don't have a platform or we don't have opportunities available at the moment. If I can drag us back to this initiative, I'm saying it is more of East Africa in the university thing, East Africa and so forth. Now, if this idea was not brought by the East Africa, where are we going to get platforms that we are giving, that we are getting ideas? I've never attended a platform like this here in South Sudan. Like, why can we have digital skill for innovative South Sudan? Do we have available things like this? If not, we're together.
Thank you. I'm asking my sister, she's running an organization or a company. If you look critically into the data of this project, you understand that women's not apply mostly. Every program, there are always men more than women. What does your company or organization do to ensure that more women are encouraged to join this program? Thank you.
All right. In case you have more questions, you can later on ask them direct, just due to time.
Yeah, thank you so much. Mine is going to be very brief. The first one is going to our third. Okay. Yeah, I picked interest of the book. I just saw it 3 minutes ago and I went to page 35. That's market creativity. I just want you to elaborate more alternatives because you said most of the businesses are copy and paste. What other alternative do we have other than the copy and paste, and we devote things on it?
Okay, I saw one hand.
Yeah, thank you so much. Good afternoon to everyone. I'm by the name Joseph Carrado. I'm a medical student at University of Juba. So this is my first time to attend such occasion. So I was coming to look at it, but when I got here, I got interested, so I had to sit down. So to the chairperson, you spoke about encouraging the innovators and some other people who have related skills to continuing coming up with their ideas. So most of the South Sudanese, they have skills, as you can see, once they have demonstrated it here. But the lack of support and funding is become a major challenge to them. So what do you have in common to ensure that young people in this country who have got a very rich, innovative ideas can really encourage so that the country can be changed? That is one. Two, you talk about the oil of this country. We only benefited 50%, but the rest is benefiting the world. So what is your message to the people who thought that we own the oil, but at the end, we get nothing? Thank you so much.
Ladies first.
Yes, so maybe I can answer the first one where you talked about the platforms. I can just mention, like, even if you look at, for example, even ASEC. So ASEC is also a community of other innovation hubs who are supporting entrepreneurs, whether you're a startup, an SME, a micro and small medium enterprise, or even if you're a company that is actually looking towards adopting innovation in your own business. If there's no such platform, you have to create one. Like, for example, in Kenya, we never had an association like ASEC. We came together like around 40 founders and managers and actually went and did the whole process wrote a constitution, and actually managed to have it registered. So sometimes where you lack a platform, how can you bring in together different people, like the partnerships, to come together to have one vision and then create that for yourselves? Sometimes you'd find that it's actually better when the local community can come together and create their own platforms rather than having someone else coming to create for you, because they don't understand the challenges you have on the ground. They don't understand your culture, the way of doing things. So it's always best as a community to do that. That's one if there's none existing. If there are some which are existing, I definitely recommend to plug into different networks. And it doesn't only have to be within South Sudan, but also tap into the East Africa community or even global networks. The reason why I say that is because you also have an opportunity to learn and meet other different people as well. Because like what he's talking about, mindset is very important. Sometimes the reason why we don't innovate to the level of excellence is because we have not seen anything else better, you know? So for example, even for us to come up with this building, someone must have been exposed to an ideal, like another building such as this one, for them to come up with those ideas. So sometimes being part of these global networks or other East Africa communities, that also helps you to grow. The other question on the women and the youth, even for this program, also it was a challenge to recruit women and also very young people to be part of this program. But what we're trying to do is, one, we encouraged women or even marginalized youth to come as a group. So you can actually come with another person or a co-founder so that we can actually help you as a group build your business model. And that in a way helps to reduce the stigma or even the fear. Because sometimes you find that if you're coming to the capital city and you're meeting different people and you don't have that exposure, then it's hard for you. So for us in our programming, we always train at least a minimum of 2 people per enterprise. The other one that we've been doing very aggressively is looking for role models. So if you look at her, I don't know if she shared her story, but she was actually in the initial Digital Skills for Innovative East Africa that was happening in Kampala, and she's one of the winners. So by having her here, also being moderating and talking to the innovators, that way also increases more opportunities for women to see that they too can be part of this program, and they can also be on this other side of the table and not only receiving. The other thing that also we've been doing is designing different programs that are now targeted specifically to women, given the nature of the responsibilities that they have at home. So for example, looking at designing programs that start at a later time, and then also we do some makeup classes for them and also different interventions. That's to ensure that women and youth are not left behind. But if you look at the overall objective of this program was to really have more than 40% young women and youth being represented. And so I think for us, we've been able to achieve that, but it's still something that we need support on over and beyond. So in case there are any development partners or even other associations, there's need to look at how we can do gender mainstreaming, both including more women and youth in the programs, but also investing in their businesses so that they also have that early stage capital to be able to go into the market and commercialize. Thank you.
I've not eaten away I did the right thing because this day is the right thing. But you were concerned about if this is the first time for you to have a platform like this, isn't it? Where were we? What are we doing? And then for him, where's the young man? You were concerned about the funding issue. How can we help the young generation? Look, the young generation must help themselves. Are you getting me? For you to be helped, you must be willing to help yourself. There are basic requirements for you to get help. For instance, simply, if this invitation is given out, nobody came here, how can you be helped? Impossible, isn't it? There are certain prerequisites for a successful life. Most young people, they have reckless life. They cannot endure anything. They don't see further than the end product. They cannot search. You see, if an animal decided to dig a hole. It's not stupid, isn't it? It has smelled there's a rat in that hole down there. Are you getting me? When you have a problem that needs to be solved, you are not alone in the world. My brother spoke very well about issue of partnership. We are created in such a way that we are dependent on one another. There's no single human being that says that I'm here superior, unless he's stupid. And you can forgive him for being like that. Because not one person in this world can be by himself alone. You must succeed by the help of others. And that's why the issue of partnership and leakage is important. The issue of knocking the door is important. Do not keep things to yourself. You will die with them. Also for me, it's my first time to be engaged in this platforms like this. And we are in the associations. Right now, we are organizing ourselves. We have the Ethiopians, we have the Eritreans, we have the Ugandans. Now the South Sudanese contractors. For the first time, we are now talking association to association recently. But we have been living without meeting each other for a very long time. And the consequence is too much on the youth. One of your biggest problems is financing. Finance has been a big problem. And then the environment of business is very dirty. Doesn't favor most of our local people. As an association of contractors, talking about SMEs, we have been engaging our government seriously on dialogue. To an extent that we have Regulation 2021 issued in this country. How many people have read Regulation 2021 issued by the Minister of Trade? How many people? Put up your hand. Regulation 20, you put up your hand very clearly. We have 1, 2. Imagine 2021, today is 2021. None of you knows how the environment in the private sector has been transformed by the hard work of the association together with the partners in your favor. I will quote one thing in that regulation. One of the biggest problems you have when you have a business, especially with supplies, is that you don't have income, isn't it? You go to the bank, they tell you there's no money. The regulations say when an NGO gives you money or give you a contract, they must finance it, they must give you an advance of 30%. That law is already there. And then any project less than $50,000, any project in this country, less than $50,000 is reserved for South Sudanese only companies and enterprises. Do you know that? Now, if you see an NGO giving an Ethiopian or a Ugandan or a Kenyan a project in this country, less than 50,000 US dollars, especially Bacanat or Classroom, which are 30,000. Don't you have a case to go to any single nearest court and sue that NGO together with that contractor? And now, if you are ignorant, that is your job being taken. And we fought for it as an association of contractors to see that the environment favors our people, young people like you, so that you can supply. Because we don't have industry. Are you getting me? Even in our Procurement Act, we went to Parliament and pushed it out and told the Parliament the Procurement Act must be written in favor of this citizen. And one of the articles in the Procurement Act 2018, which was signed by Excellency the President, the association pushed for it. And do you know what it says? That if the funding of any project is financed by the resources of the government of the Republic of South Sudan, 100% of those works or projects must be done by South Sudan's own company. So this is very important for you young people. Now you have a right to form enterprises. You have a right to know that there are businesses that are for you, and you must work very hard to get it. That's why I say, if you cannot read, if you cannot interact, how will you be helped? Even with the basic laws now, the procurement regulation 2021 is not known in this house. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you so much, Chairman. You know, I just feel like, I don't know if it's only me feeling, but I feel just the time we have is just too small. Actually, this is what they call, this is the real food actually that we're eating. So number one is just a quick one, like the book, it's available. I don't know, I brought a very few copies, but I feel like any one of us in this room needs to have the lost economy of South Sudan. This should be a manual for us because this book actually talks about everything. So the young entrepreneurs we are presenting here and any of us in this room, I don't know if I'll have so many, if I have enough copies for you. It's around, I think 10 copies I brought, but you need to have this book. This is number one. Number two, I'm so happy that Chairman is here and the the Youth Economic Empowerment Initiative Forum, which is now a forum I'm bringing up, is a new forum that I'm forming, and to answer your question, we need to connect between the ideas and those that have the money. It's we are fortunate enough that we have some people here in this country who can actually look at our ideas and fund them. The biggest issue is that we have been looking at only those ones who only get contracts for cars, supply to the government, get their billions, go to Dubai. Those ones will not save you. But there are real people actually on the ground who can actually help us. So coming forward, maybe in the next 2 or 3 months, I'll still come back and work towards with the same initiative here. My brother Dennis, we are going to have South Sudan's first version of Dragon's Den, which I'm organizing. It is, I think we also share with our sister and everyone here. The Dragon's Den will be South Sudan owned investment platform, whereby we will invite ideas. They will come here, there will be panelists, people with the money now. The chairman will be here with their notebooks, listening to you. That's number one. Number two, we'll organize, which I'm also doing right now. I'm looking around young people who have some little money. The element of what? Partnership. We need them. You cannot do everything. I cannot be a honey collector. I cannot be a soap producer. I cannot be a milk collector. But if I have money, I can be in all of this. Okay? This is the point. And we need to tell our young people now that this can happen. So these people who have some little money, we'll gather some money together. He brings 1,000, I bring 1,000, someone else brings, and then we come out with 50,000, for example. We call you now, we come to Jamajuba, we announce it that, look, tomorrow we have the Dragons Den. It will be a show, it will be also aired on TV and maybe through online. You come, you present real idea, okay? I happen to be one of the victims of the lack of funding. Actually, sitting in front of you, I'm a very terrible failure. Why? Because I did not get the funding. And mark it very well. For you to have an initiative, you have to have a problem somewhere that you face, that you need to solve. Why I came up with these two things, the youth empowerment, the economic empowerment, plus this book, which is now the knowledge. When I came in 2019, I happened to start 2 projects in South Sudan here. One was a water factory. Some of you, I think, would have heard of the water called Antipas Mineral Water. That was my water factory. It was my farm. I purchased machines in Shanghai. I did not have enough money to transport them to Juba. So I boarded a plane. I came here and then hired some machinery with the hopes that I will get investment. I went to the richest people you think of in this town, one by one, knocking their doors. Very unfortunately, these people are willing to buy a V8 of $100,000 than to invest $10,000 for shares in a company. This is the challenge we face as young people right now. And that actually was so hurting to me. And also this takes me to a point that you've got to fail sometimes to make it happen. So some of you here, maybe you started 2 or 3 projects and you fail and people, you just leave this thing. Surround yourself with people that look into you in a positive way. Once you are around people that are always so cynic, you start something small, they said, no, but this one, you think you'll really do it. What makes you think you'll get this thing done? You're done. Your brain is just like a computer. Once you tell yourself that I cannot do it, you will never do it. But once you ask yourself a question, how can I? So when I failed in these 2 projects because of lack of funding, I asked myself, how can I really do something else despite all the disappointments and all that? One of them actually bought for the daughter the latest Range Rover, which was costing around $130,000. And I just wanted from him $7,000. You see? So I asked myself, why should I discourage myself? I need to keep on pushing. And this led me to this noble cause now. One was to set up this platform because I found out that most of our young people are facing this together with me. So I said, okay, look, if we can bridge a gap between those who can be able to support some of these ideas and the youth that have the ideas, then we'll be able to build a prosperous economy. And how do we do that? By telling you that the South Sudan economy has been lost. If you cannot survive without the border of Nimule, then what are you as a country? Your balance sheet or your trade deficit, it's just so horrible. Some of you have never even seen what is called a trade deficit. Go and sit in Shirkat and look at how many trucks come inside, how many trucks go outside. I'm not against regional integration, but If you are within the East African table of the table of East African community, what are you bringing as South Sudan? Okay, you're only bringing all the maize from Kenya, from Uganda, what is going from here to there, and now your oil money is going to the pockets of a few. How are you going to survive, you the young people? How are we going to survive? So we have to really think. We have to spend sleepless nights thinking. And the empowerment program, it's going to start very soon. I will partner with so many people, especially people like the chairman here and so many other young people who are willing to support us. Now, associations, we have associations in South Sudan, but wrong associations. How many times do you get of Warab associations, Boer community, whatever, Maridi youth, whatever, this is all not helping us. Please, can we have associations that talk about balance sheet, that talk about income and expenses? Okay. If we are in the University of Juba, you've seen here, you will find so many good for nothing associations. Kwash Community Youth Association, Boer Youth Association, Maridi. You're just busy dividing yourself. Other than coming together and talking about balance sheet. Can we come up with one association that only talks about the income? Okay. We, the young people, actually can come up with associations, but very importantly, the element of leadership in South Sudan is one of very horrible. We have a very poor approach to leadership. You start an association, you start fighting tomorrow because of leadership. Doctors Union, they were fighting the other day. Journalists were fighting yesterday. Why don't you want to be led? South Sudanese. If you can be led, if you want to be a leader, you be prepared to be led. Okay. Sometimes it's okay for me to sit down, maybe because they use the empowerment initiative. I can say, okay, I want to sit back and get someone who is more competent to lead me and to lead all of us in this initiative. So let us get an element. Let us change that perspective. Let us be led sometimes, please. We cannot all be leaders in this room. If we are all leaders, that's the same thing I always tell for around the areas. Every house is with a shop, with a shop, with a shop. Then I ask, if everyone is going to have a shop in his house, who's going to buy in the other person's shop? This is just a practical example. So we cannot exhaust everything. And I believe in future, maybe in the next coming days, the likes of Mr. Dennis and the partners within the region, we need to come up and support this kind of engagements. Don't say we are very few in this room. You're not few. You're actually lucky because you're the 1% who will save those outside. You're the government that you want to see in South Sudan. So let us always invest, number one, in knowledge, because knowledge is power. Once you know something, you cannot unknow. It's very important. Once you know something, you cannot unknow it. So knowledge is number one. Then number two, what should bring you together are things that unite you. So I think my time is really very small, but this is what I want to tell you people. Thank you.
Well, due to time, we are not able to interact so much and stuff, but it seems so interesting that the conversation is really heating up and everything. I'd like to thank you, Miss Mercy, for coming all the way from Kenya to here. She happens to be the CEO of ASIC, right? And also, I thank you, Mr. Malesh, who is also the CEO of Five Investment and the chairperson of the Association of South Sudan Contractors. Not forgetting our author of the day, Mr. Subar Nyon. Thank you so much for each and every one of you. We really had an interaction session. Give a hand clap to them. And now it is the time where we have been waiting the most, and that is to announce our winners for today. So therefore, just stay around as we are to put everything together. Thank you. Can we have a group photo? So a quick one, I will ask the panelists to come back. Ms. Mercy, Mr. Malesh, where is he? And our brother, Nyon. We are going to award certificates right now. So we are to award the certificates. Once you listen to your name, kindly come as fast as possible so that we finalize things. I would like to call the first innovator, Anok Arthur Deng. Matthew Kong. Faster, please. Gasa Grace. Kona Ketch. Males Moses Nixon. Martin Mawet. Bomkute Jundi. Lasu Robert. Amoth Lis. Aromas Copas. Isaac Knight Wako. Chris Malek. Deng. Godfrey Maku. Gordian Kwang. Just wait. 12 tap. Moga Emmanuel Kai. Esther Ambrose Thomas. Wenepai Josephine. Chol Padul. James Mayen. Awut Dutpol. Alier Dengleg. Adiel Malith Chol. Yeah, that's it. Oh, group photo. Group photo, please. Group photo for all those who have been awarded with the certificates. Come for a group photo. With your certificate, please. Come with your certificate. Clap for them. They have done a lot to reach here. Congratulations to all of you. So I would like to call the judges to come and give us their remarks regarding the competition. First, we have Ms. Eva Yai, the co-founder of Google's ICT initiative. And Mr. Newton Waniba, a business or entrepreneur. Yeah, okay, Eva, you. All right, and Mr. Newton, you're welcome. And Mr. Joseph Abuni, the CEO and founder of Dynamic Consultants. Each of them will be giving their views and remark, and then probably they will jointly say it.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon once again. I've been able to sit down with good judges, Eva and Milton, and we put together some remarks that please take it to the teachers, take them as areas that we, as we sat there, we looked at it from our perspective. Look at them as words of an encouragement and areas of where you can make some amazing improvements in the pitches that you do. Because making a pitch is not a one-time thing, it's a continuous process of pitching. So it's a combination of pitching, of doing presentations in class, it's sitting, talking in front of people. So a combination of all this builds up your courage, your skills, your talking skills. As we saw here, a number of you were panicking. Maybe you practiced and as you are doing, you are forgetting. So that is the process. That is how it is. The more you do it, you will come to see your confidence level go up and up. So I want to encourage you in that area. One thing that we need you to look at is when you have very nice ideas, but you do not package it in terms of attractive for the ear. For if you're sitting here and you want an investor to buy into your idea, you need to give them numbers. Investors is about money, right? If you're going to ask for $50,000, what can you show me that can prove that you can be able to bring back $50,000? So it's important to tell them that I have my idea and I'm making $20,000 or $15,000 or $5,000 per month, per year already. So sometimes your idea might not be already running, but if it is running, it's good to show those numbers. I am selling this amount of things and it is bringing for us this amount of money. So that when you ask, like for me, for an investor, I want to see return of what I put in. So it's important to outline how you are going to make money and how, when you're pitching for 20,000, always have it in the back of your mind is, how will I return that 20,000? You rarely get, okay, they used to be there, these uncles who would give you bundles of dollars and you don't want to pay him back. But things have changed today. If you're going to ask for 20,000, you should be ready to explain how you're going to bring back that 20,000. Investors want to hear that. That is one. Be specific in your business case. One example was, I think, one of the farming entities whereby they would not zero down to a specific product. You have so many products, from groundnuts to tomatoes to onions. There's so many of them. So zero down. Like if zeroing down makes it easier for the investor to know what you're selling. If you're selling so many products, it makes it difficult to understand. So if you are starting up or you're just in your first year of starting up, zero down to a specific product and perfect it. Then the other ones you can continue adding as you go on. So we found a bit that of a challenge. My encouragement to you is zero down and be specific. When you say, I am going to provide training, it's your responsibility to say, I am going to provide training in basic computer courses. Don't just say, I'm going to provide training, or I'm going to provide ICT consultancy service. That is very broad. Zero it down to, I am going to be providing services in assessments. So my encouragement to you is zero down to a specific product. So that when your investor is listening, he knows what you're going to sell. All right? I talked about mastering your pitch. It's continuous. And then another thing is, I personally have gone through what you guys have gone through. And I can remember from my first speech to me sitting here today, maybe it comes with age also, but it's continuous exposure to this. And one thing that I spent, I think I've watched almost 6 to 7 seasons of it, Shark Tank. How many of you have heard of Shark Tank? Shark Tank? Yes, this is a very small statistics for you guys who are in college and you don't know about Shark Tank. Just write it down and please go and Google about it. They have like almost so many seasons, and they bring you in front of people like this. You pitch your idea and then they critique it. When you critique something, don't take it as a positive, a negative thing. It's just a word of encouragement. Because if the judge is asking you here, imagine you're in a boardroom with investors. They will ask you tougher questions because this is what they're putting up their money into it. So my word of encouragement is continue pitching. Whenever the opportunity comes up, jump on it, and let not what pitch discourage you from jumping onto the other ones. Today we have selected the best 3, and that best 3, the process came about by each judge independently giving their eyes from different sectors. So everyone comes in with analytic mindset, and I've put together. So we've aggregated different variables as you were pitching, issues to do with scalability, issues to do with financial projection, issues to do with clarity of your problem, so that 10 different variation of how we did an evaluation, and the statistics we aggregated, and we've been able to come up with 3 top pitches today. But before we make the announcement of that, I would like to see if my colleague judges have some few words to bring on, then we can announce the winners. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joseph. I think you've said everything, but mine is just a word of encouragement. So to all the innovators, you should know that you're all winners in terms of your ideas are good. That's why you were able to get selected among the top 30 to be part of the whole training or mentorship. But what you have to do is to listen to your coaches, listen to your mentors, and take whatever they tell you. When they criticize, try to take it positively. And also, sometimes we have that tendency of trying to talk our way out of a situation. But in innovation and in pitching, you cannot just talk your way out. You need to defend yourself with facts and real things that you are doing. So try to try to learn when as a judge or a mentor tells you something, so that you're able to learn. And I guess even after this, you'll continue talking to your mentors and trying to perfect, take all the feedback we've given you and try to make your products better for the next time that maybe you have to pitch somewhere, because you might not get investment here, and one investor might be interested in one idea, but another investor might see something very unique about your idea, even if you're not in the top 20. So that's what I leave with you. Thank you.
Yeah, generally, I just want to say congratulations to all those who had pitched here and also those who have come to witness. Congratulations. You are in Juba, South Sudan. In a capital city, all over the world, it is a land of opportunities. So you should never be put down. Continue to pitch, continue to search, continue to empower yourself. You are given the platforms already, like the Shark Tank. So never give up. It's not true, like saying 10 times I've done, I've not got, so I should give up. No, never give up. The only time you must give up is when you breathe your last. Now, in Juba, what else can you sustain yourself to the point of reaching your vision? Because funding is an added opportunity to your vision. So you need to sustain. Just think that the world is too big, resources are limited, maybe they will not notice me. What do? I need to survive despite the odds. So that is number one. Any other pitch that will gain you resources, it will be an added advantage. So look around. What is it in the market that you'll be able to put your hands on? Example, there are skills that you don't need to spend years to gain. I can tell you, you can spend hours to gain that skill. And that skill is lucrative. What is it? Painting is one of the skills that can make you survive. Cooking, regardless of our traditions, can make you survive until you implement what God has put in your heart. So I would just want to say, don't give up. Let's continue to learn this and continue to vlog. Also, continue to tell others about this. You know, you learn more when you tell others. Can you make a small group of people in the University of Juba, in the area there? Get young people and say, this is how you pitch. You practice. The more you decide to teach others, it is going to be better for you. So This is the secret. In the world today, those who educate others, they are more favored. They actually grow. They are not losing. That's why partnership is very important. So I want to say congratulations, and let it be a learning opportunity for even those who will be announced as winners, for you, because all of us will learn. That is the gift for all of us. The experience is for all of us. Maybe the small reward for those who are winning, who are selected, it is the difference. But the big picture is all of us are going to gain the experience and how to better our pitches and how to seek more opportunities in future. Thank you.
Thank you. So we're going to, I think, do the same process of standing up, and then our good MC would announce, or do I announce? All right.
All right, as we are soon going to finalize, in case you have a question to our judges, you are welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much for once again having this an opportunity. Since this innovators sprint up programs is interesting for everybody. So I would like to know, is there going to be another platform like this to be organized so that those who have interest to pitch next time can really join? Thank you so much.
All right. I'm asking, because you guys are judges, what is the valuable slide mostly in every presentation that as someone that has an idea, you need to master properly? What do you think, because you've done a lot of pitching, what do you believe is more credible in every pitching? Thank you.
I just need to know, like, when these competitors, the top three, will be going for regional representation, will there be a judge from here that will also represent that side?
I think the question that I can ask and the authority I have, the other questions maybe would be passed to, I cannot speak on that. But you were asking what are people looking for when you pitch? For one, when an investor sits across you, one of the things that he wants to see is, will you return my money? Return my money and also make for me a profit from it. If your entity is still young, obviously the best things you can provide them is to give them hope. That is one. That is the first line. And the second line is they want to see numbers. Look, I have this business idea and I have been making this amount of money. I have my milk bar in Isora, and every day I'm selling 50 liters of milk. And that milk is bringing for us 500,000, 200,000. So that already intrigues the investor. So you need to be able to give him the sweet deal, the juice. But if you say, I have this, you are more likely to get an investor on your idea if it's something you've already started running with it than one you still have on paper. If you get a small money, put it towards that. And then slowly you would see. So they want to see some level of effort from you as a person. What have you put in before coming to ask for money from me? So they can, by looking at that, they can determine your level of, because they're looking for grit. They're looking for this, the person who would push on during the tough times. If he is able to pass through that, then while the other questions I think we'll direct to about judges. Will there be representatives of judges from South Sudan in the regional competition? Because it's only fair that you would have those judges from South Sudan represented there, so that they can serve the cultural and the environmental or the entrepreneurship space from South Sudan in those forums. So that's one question. The second question was, are there other activities coming up that they would want to participate in? Something similar like this. So Mr. Dennis and colleague can be able to answer that.
All right, since Mr. Dennis is here, let's not take a lot of time. We just go right away. Innovators, in case if there's someone outside, I call you to come in. Now, this is the time where we are to announce the top 3. DJ, make sure you put something really nice, okay? We got to celebrate this. All right. So I call upon the judges to come. Miss Eva, where is she? Okay. Mr. Dennis, Mr. David, and Miss Mercy, you're welcome.
So we got a good speech from this gentleman, and he wants to. So on the second runner space, which is number 3, we have Cogno Learning App. And then, interestingly, the top 2 are amazing. At the first runner being Future of Family Planning. Huh? And the winner is, who do you think won? Who do you think won? Who do you think won? And the winner is MedLink.
Congratulations to Mit Ling. Well, the other two innovators, the winners, Kongno and family planning. Congratulations, congratulations. And the top two are going to represent us at the East Africa Regional Competition. The best part is, women or female, we are leading. Congratulations, congratulations. I feel like South Sudan is blessed because the first award was a female, and then now this one also female leading. It means that we should encourage our sisters, daughters, wives, girlfriends. So if you're a man, go home and encourage that woman that is next to you. And thank you to all of you, the mentors, Koneta, whoever contributed to this. Thank you so much for making it special. Also, Miss Mercy and Mr. David, not forgetting the judges. And also you, the audience, clap for yourselves. And now we would like to have a closing remark by Miss Mercy Kimalet, the CEO of ASSEK.
Thank you so much. Congratulations again. Let's give a round of applause. Louder, 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 louder. Okay, good, good. No, thank you so much. I think for me, just to say that this has been a fantastic program. We had more than 1,000 applications, and of course, South Sudan was part of that. And to see the 30 graduates, and we have the top 2 winners who will be also participating in the East Africa Regional Study Tour. You'll have an opportunity to explore both the Kenyan innovation ecosystem and also Rwanda innovation ecosystem. But it doesn't end there. The two must come back into the country and share their learnings and all the opportunities that they have found in those 2 countries. So when you say that this has been the first gathering that you've had, for sure we're going to have much more coming up. The other commitment also from ASEC side is also bringing in our best innovation hubs from Kenya and across the other regions to also be part of strengthening the South Sudan ecosystem, because even for us, we see the immense opportunities that you have. So for us, it's looking at how can we collaborate at an East African level to ensure that we also ensure every innovator in this room and even the ones in the other communities are also empowered. I just want to also say a big thank you to all the judges that have spent a lot of time. These were really good pitches. So finding the top 2, I'm sure it was not easy. So I want to say a big thank you. And also thanking our partners. As one of the judges mentioned about partnerships, we have really partnered with so many organizations. But this initiative has been brought to you by the East Africa Community and the Inter-University Council of East Africa. IUCA is an umbrella body that brings together all higher education institutions across East Africa. So every university student across East Africa has also not been left out, because it's a program that has been running in the 7 countries and in partnership with the local hubs in those countries. So for example, in Kenya, we had E4 Impact. In Rwanda and Uganda, we also had E4 Impact centers working closely with Makerere University and also the University of Rwanda. And then also we had Aklis Hub in Burundi that also was partnering with the universities there, also locally. And then also we had Tanzania, where we had the Innovate Ventures, and together also with the Sinolu Hub that is based in the Democratic Republic of Congo. So really this program has gone far and wide, touching every corner of East Africa to ensure that we all come up together as a region. And just my parting shot to you is that there's something that I read a few weeks ago that really resonated with me. And I don't know if we're reading the same books, because it was the same thing. Be the change you want to see in the world. Okay? So yes, there are challenges. Even when you leave this door right here, we're together, we're feeling entrepreneurial, But once you leave that door, you'll be hit by 35 degrees of heat. And what's the first thing you'll say? Oh, it's so hot. Oh, I have a headache. But for you as an entrepreneur, be the change you want to see. If you can feel the temperature out there is too hot, what do? You convert that challenge into an opportunity. Okay? So that's coming up with solar powered umbrellas that have AC. I don't know. Think out of the box. The opportunity is lying out there for you. The lost economy. Do not be in the second version of his book. Please let you be a case study there. Okay? Let your name be featured there. Ojong did 1, 2, 3 in South Sudan and therefore recovered the lost economy of South Sudan. So be the change you want to see. Is it going to be easy? No. It never has and never will. I was reading a story about Elon Musk, and you know he launched the satellite, right? And many people, if you look at there's a storyline that was created of how he started the journey, and every single person laughed at him. Both billionaires, researchers, high intellectual people, even some of the governments. But guess what? He remained resilient. And now he was able to launch it off to the sky. So what is your limitation? If you have a limitation, overcome it, because we believe in you. You have a whole ecosystem, and that's why we came here physically with David. David, just raise your hand. We came with David. David is the chairperson of the association. We also came with him, and we said we must come in presence and support you, but you also have to meet us halfway. But as you do that, remember to be the change you want to see in the world. In fact, let's replace the world right now with South Sudan. Be the change you want to see in South Sudan. Can we all just say that together? 1, 2, 3. Be the change you want to see in South Sudan. Not them, but I. Exactly. I and then us together. So a big thank you to all of you for being here and being part of this story. Please carry the story back to your community, back to your circles, back to your WhatsApp groups, back to Facebook, TikToks, whichever, and tell them that I am going to be the change I want to see in South Sudan today, and do it. Because if we have done it, so can you. So asante sana. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Mercy, for this insightful remarks that you have given. And now, vote of thanks by the founder of Koneta Hub, Mr. Denaya Dennis.
I thought you can clap better than that. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for your presence in this place. It has made the day colorful. I know all of us are smiling because what we're doing here is for our own country. And we're doing this because we want to support our ecosystem. As I mentioned earlier on, we had 30 people who were selected for this program. And in the 30, there was a screening that was done. And then we had the 12. And it didn't mean that the rest of the ideas were not good. They were all powerful, and I believe all of us can testify to that. And as Koneta, we're privileged to work with you. And if you saw me disappeared somehow here, I went for another thing. And within that short time, I also pitched about you guys to someone. I just, posted a link here. I told the guy to put a link up here. This is also one of the opportunities, like somebody was asking, is this the only program that we can participate in? And I can say there are so many other programs that are happening in the country that each and every one of you needs to, grab the opportunity. And so, because we have 3 people, I also pitched that we have a third winner. And if this third winner can travel together with Koneta Hub to Senegal, because this program is going to happen from the 3rd and to the 6th of December. It's going to happen in Dakar, Senegal. So you have an opportunity also to travel to Senegal and to pitch. You're going to pitch your idea further. That means there's more that is required of you. You need to go refine your ideas and see where you need to correct. And also, this program is not only for university students. We are looking for TVET students. South Sudan, we have TVET students, but it's very rare that you find this kind of innovations, taking place in the TVET schools, and it's one of the challenges. I was telling her and some of you that I will send you to some of these TVET locations. Go and talk to them about innovation. And those who can come up with ideas, let them apply. And as well, we have also for high school students, those in secondary schools. So this program has about 25 countries, and I'm happy that in South Sudan is our second year now we are participating. Last year we had, I think people, we have data, is here. He participated last year in Kenya. And where's Mercy? She was there. And we had some students from the high schools who participated. So I encourage all of us to grab these opportunities because they come for us. If we don't apply for them to them, and then we will not know what is happening. And that's why South Sudan can be left behind in so many things. I was just telling you that we have a lot of these opportunities coming up. And so thank you all. This program would have not been made easier, without the support of my team. I have them here, the volunteers from Koneta. You're here. I have some of them. They have been supporting the team during the training and making sure that the training runs. Where is my wife? She's also here. She's part of the team. So yeah, I make sure that, she also supports me in the work that I'm doing. And I'm so happy and privileged. And also, we have an amazing mentor. He's right there. Joel, please. Joel has been together with all these innovators from the start. Today he's here. I think he's very proud to see that some of you really did an amazing work. And also we have another pitch event, which I think he's also preparing some students for that. So those opportunities are all there and we need to be prepared for them. Yeah. And also to thank my amazing judges for today. Newton, he's a great man. I always sit with him. He talks to me a lot of things, business, talks to me about marriage. He's a pastor. For those who go to Watoto Church, you'll find him. He's always there in the church. And I have, he's my president for the Internet Society. And he's also the CEO of Dynamic Consults. For those of you who follow Dynamic, I think is the leading company, supporting organizations and SMEs. They have solutions for young people. Some of your startups, some of your ideas, you may need him. So I believe that you came here for a purpose so that you can, meet some of these people. And I have also Eva. Eva, please stand up. She's there. She's amazing. One thing you don't know is that Eva was my supervisor when I was finishing my degree. She was a lecturer at the University of Juba. When she made sure that I graduate, I also came back to teach at the university. And she's an amazing woman. She's also there. She'll be able to support you. I believe that all of them, they'll be happy to help you, in your journey in a way. And to all of you who have been here, I have loved every presentation. I have been blessed. I have been inspired. And I look forward to doing this more and more and more and see that our ecosystem grows. With this, I want to say thank you so much, and also to the Uniport team for hosting us, John and the team behind there. Sometimes we forget photographers, but they are doing an amazing work. If you go now, we have beautiful pictures. Thank you so much for the work you're doing. And also to our MC. Yes, I shouldn't forget. Is there anyone I missed? I just want to make sure I kick the ball to all the corners. To myself. All right. Yes. And the audience. Yes, I was coming to you. And for all of you being a wonderful people and making sure that this day is a success. Thank you. Lastly, to my partners, when I met Mercy, this Mercy here, we met in different occasions. And during the dSkills 2022, we were judges also for the same pitch event in Kampala for the regional one. So that time, since then, we connected and we have been in Kenya. I make sure that if I have an opportunity, I text her, hey, what is happening. If there are networking events, I make sure that I'm always in touch with her. When we started this, this project, we were like, Denaya, why can't we do this together? And, I'm like, Mercy, that's what I've always been wanting to hear from you. And we started it and it came to pass today. I believe that you're very, very happy. And I don't know how you can express it, but I know you're very happy. Maybe in a special way, just do that. And also David, a great man, and your leadership. David has already given me an opportunity to travel for another Pan-African conference to attend. I mean, these are all opportunities that are coming. And I want to say thank you so much. You're here in South Sudan, and all that you have been seeing and hearing about war is not even here. And I know you can tell it. So when somebody asks you, how did you go to South Sudan where there's war? Tell them there's no war. Young people are coming up. Young people are standing in the gap. And the young people are rising up in the innovation ecosystem. We have a lot of challenges as an ecosystem, but we are the ones to come with our own solutions. With this, I want to say thank you so much. And I wish you a safe journey back home. And good luck to all of you. We will meet in another event. God bless you.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Dennis. I will say to you this. You coming here, it's you to decide whether you want to live empty or live with something. Innovators, let me tell you this. South Sudan is not a place for the weak when it comes to innovation. It's something new to us. People, whenever I see innovators, they'll be like, it's about money, it's about money, it's about money. Do you know you need the heart of steel to stand? You will be provoked, you'll be laughed at. You'll find difficulties and challenges in your journey, but you need to have emotional control, especially for us ladies. And also you'll meet people that will be in your team and confuse your own agenda of what you want to do. You'll find that you are now leading with people's ideas than yours. Stand firm, believe in what you're doing. I strongly have this quote in mind. I shouldn't let anyone else be the one to be my vision bearer. As long as I understand my dreams, no one should have even the say to understand mine. Because what you believe in is what will take you ahead. You in this room, there are a lot of potential people. The one seated next to you can be your next client. The one seated next to you can be your next investor. So make use of people. So people relation is very important. When you're getting close to someone, be intentional of who you and why are you getting to that person. Nowadays, we're in a world we don't want to miss time, and our age is no longer for play. It's now time for us to take it serious. And I thank you, Mr. David, for taking all this while to be here, a long journey, and indeed we are pleased to have you in midst of us. Well, it's now time for a group photo. I guess all of us can stand here, plus the innovators, and have a group photo. This photo is going to be a remarkable one, and you have already made history. Why not to celebrate it? DJ, give us something sweet. Someone help by removing the chairs. We can all go and stand behind them, please. You're welcome. We stand and guys.
Picture time, picture time. Picture time. Excuse me, picture time. Hello, guys. Picture time. You can go.